Hello, welcome to a video tutorial from the Baker College Online Writing Center. This video is entitled Setting Up Your Paper in APA Format. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to do a couple of things in terms of formatting your essay. We'll cover how to set up your headers in APA format, how to create the title page, how to set up the correct font size, as well as the correct paragraph spacing in your essay. And lastly, we'll show you how to format your references page. Now you see here I have a blank Word document open. First thing I'm going to do is change the font. Usually in Microsoft Word, the default font setting is Calibri size 11. So you could just change that, type in Times New Roman. What I'm going to do instead is go right here, this little box. I'm going to click on that, and here we're going to change it Times New Roman size 12. That's the standard in APA format. And instead of hitting OK, I'm going to go to Set as Default. I can make this the default font for this document only, or I can make it the default for all documents. And I'm going to do that, since, of course, we here at Baker College require APA format for our essays. It would make sense as a Baker College student that you just want to save you the trouble down the road and just have Microsoft Word set to Times size 12. So I'm going to hit OK. So now we have the correct font. This is page 1. This would be our title page. So first thing I'm going to do is set up the header for this page. To get to the header, you could double click up top. You could also go to Insert, then Header. If you do this, go to the first option, blank. Either way, once you get up there, you're going to want to type in your header. But before you actually do that, what you want to do is click on this box, different first page. That's because in APA format, the title page has a different header than the rest of the essay. On the title page, you have the word running head. I'm going to type that in. Capital R space lowercase h colon. And then it's an abbreviated version of the title of your essay. The technical rule with APA is that in the header, it's the first 50 characters of your title. If you have a short title, you will include the whole thing. I'm just going to type in abbreviated title. And that's in all caps. From there, you want to insert your page number, and that goes on the right-hand side on the same line. So to do that, easiest thing you can do to get over there is just hit Tab twice. Now that we have the cursor on the right-hand side, we're going to go to page number, current position. We're going to current position because we already have the cursor over on the right-hand side. Current position, first option. And now we have our header on the title page. From there, we can set up the title page for the rest of the paper. We can go back to Insert, go to Page Break. On the second page, double click up there. Now we can type in the header. On every page after the first, it's abbreviated title, page number. We don't have running head, that's the difference. Abbreviated title, tab twice, page number, current position, plain number. And as you see, header is going onto every page. Next, we're going to do the rest of the title page. The title page includes 3 things: title of your essay, your name, and name of the school. Sometimes your instructor may require more information. If that's the case, then you add that information, but the minimum is those 3 things. So again, title of essay with the major words capitalized, your name, and name of the school. So now we have this information. Center it horizontally to center it vertically. What you want to do is go to Page Layout. Click on that Page Layout tab here in the Page Layout menu. Over by Page Setup, little box, kind of like what we did with the font. I'm going to click on that. Brings up this menu. And here you can change some things. The margins for the header, you don't need to change that. That's already set. Margins for the essay, 1 inch all the way around. That's already set. But you go to Layout, Vertical Alignment. Change that from top to center. And instead of whole document, apply to selected text. And then hit OK. That puts our information right in the middle. So I'll zoom out. Our title page is an APA format. Moving on to page 2, you see what just happened. For some reason, once we did the formatting for the title page, it put the word running ahead back into our header on essay or on page 2. Obviously, we don't want that. If that does that to you when you're doing this on your own, link to previous. This thing up here, this button up here, is orange. Click on that, so it's not highlighted, and simply delete running head. And that should fix it. So page 2 of the essay is page 2 of the paper, I should say, is where your actual essay begins. Remember, in many bigger college classes, you're not required to have an abstract page, so I'm not going to cover that. You may need to have an abstract page. The APA The Easy Way handbook goes over that, and there's other resources you can look at for that. But for the most part, most students don't need an abstract page, so we're just going to go right to the essay. So the beginning of your essay is page 2. On the first line of page 2, you once again type in the title of your essay. That line is centered. The next line is not. This is the beginning of your essay. This is your introduction, right? I'm just going to copy and paste in some text just so we can play around with it. So here's your essay, and you can see Times New Roman size 12, that all looks good. Let's go ahead and highlight it. Check out the spacing. Or double space, so that's good. Now one thing is extra spacing between the paragraphs. So a way to get around that extra spacing is to highlight everything, which you could do with the mouse or on the keyboard, Control A, highlight everything. Go back to this box where you have your spacing at double. Remove space after paragraph. I'll do it again. Watch the spacing between those two paragraphs. That gets rid of that. And that way you have your essay correctly in APA format. I'm just going to copy and paste in that paragraph again, just to give us some pages. Alright, so let's pretend this is the end of your essay. On to the next page would be your reference page. So if your essay ends on page 4, your reference page would be page 5. So we're going to go ahead, go down to page 5. Reference page includes the word references up at the top. Capital R, centered. Beyond that, nothing else special, no bold, no fancy fonts. After that, you have your actual list of references. And we're not going to go over APA documentation today, we're just going over the formatting. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste in some samples, just to show you. So here, let's say these are 4 of your references from your essay. And let's just say they're all different authors. You've got it alphabetized. Everything's in the right spot. The only thing we need to do now is the formatting. Time size 12. We got that. That's good. Remember, the entire essay is double spaced. Whole essay. Title page, essay itself, and your reference page. All time size 12, double space. On your reference page, your citations are in hanging indent format, meaning the first line is not indented, every line thereafter is indented, like the opposite of a paragraph. Now to do that, a couple of things you can do. You can highlight the source, go up to paragraph, click on that little box in the corner. Indentations, you can go to special, go to hanging, 0.5, that's correct, hit OK. The other thing you can do is on your keyboard, little shortcut, hold down Control, hit T. Control T. And we'll even do it for this one. This one's only one line, but let's just do Control T for that one too. And the reason why is because if you have to go back to your essay, you realize you turned in a draft, you had something wrong, you need to add something. If you got it all set to a hanging indent, you go back and you add something. I'm just going to type in some numbers just to show you. If you set up that hanging indent, it's going to maintain that formatting. We hope this video was helpful to you with APA format. And remember, you have the Writing Center that you can go to as a Baker College Online student. You also have the Baker College Library's APA guides. To get to those, you can go to the library. From Blackboard, you can click on that library tab, or you can go to baker.edu/library, and from there, go to APA Help. Here's the APA Help Guides, and you have several resources here that can be of use to you. You also have your APA The Easy Way Handbook at home as well, but you also have these electronic resources. So again, we hope this was helpful, and we hope to see you soon in the Baker College Online Writing Center.